Hello everyone, so I'm here today to do another video on my Read Around the World project, and this time we're going to focus on the Sahel region. So that includes Chad, Mali, Mauritania, Niger and Sudan. So first of all, for Chad I read La Racine de Yucca by Koulsy Lamko, and this is actually a book that is about the author moving to Mexico and living in Mexico and comparing the two cultures. And also I read it in French, so I'm not sure if it's available in other languages, but yeah, at least in French it's available. And I found the book okay. I think I obviously didn't find it particularly insightful into Chad, but I did find the humor of it. There was some sarcastic moments in it and I enjoyed that, and I think that the reflections of the author were quite poignant at times, but overall as a book I don't know if it came together for me. There is another book for Chad that I didn't manage to get my hands on, and it's Told by Starlight in Chad by Brahim Said. And I had originally put this as my book for Chad, but I couldn't find it, so I couldn't read it. But this one is about, it's kind of short stories, or like stories of the boyhood of the author in Chad, and like the traditions and things like that, which sounds very interesting. But yeah, as I said, I couldn't have access to it, so unfortunately that was not possible for me. But maybe if you are interested in reading something from Chad, that is an option. And if you have any other recommendations, I would love to know. And for Mali, I read La Susan du Banconi by Moussa Konate, and this is a crime novel set in Bamako, in the capital of Mali. And it's very nice, I think, because it's a little bit different of what you normally have, and it does still show like the different cultural aspects on how people interact with police and with murder and stuff like that. So I found it quite interesting to see and a lot of fun, and it was also really well written. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. It's a series, I think. I'm not sure if I will be picking up the other ones, but as a read, I really enjoyed. And then for Mauritania, I read The Desert and the Drum by Mbarek Ouid Beyrouk, something like that. I'm sorry if I butcher all the names. And this was really nice. I really enjoyed this one. This one was one of my favorites so far for the books that I read in this region. And it's about a young Bedouin girl that is kicked out of her tribe, or she escapes her tribe for reasons that we find out. I'm not sure if it's a spoiler or not, so I'm not gonna say, but yeah, she gets kicked out. She has a lot of issues with the way that her mom acts with her, and the way that she upholds tradition into her, and in a way that it's really not good for her. So she runs away into the city, and then she finds her, well, she calls her sister, but she was a slave in her home, and then she ran away to the city. And so when this young girl that we follow goes to the city, she finds her, and they both help each other into finding a way in society. And I just found that the writing was really good in this one, and also the characters were super engaging. Like the plot and the characters were very engaging. Like I really felt for this girl. So yeah, it felt a little bit maybe young, like young adult or something, but still very engaging and very very good, well written as well. So I really enjoyed that one. And then for Niger, I read Camisole the pail by Ide Adamou, and again this one I read in French. I'm not sure if it's available in English, but this one is about sort of a classic love story. a man and a woman, that they really love each other, but the society is not quite sure they approve of that relationship. And then we see how that develops, what the woman has to do in her life because of things that happen to her, and so yeah, it was interesting as well. It was also very well written. But yeah, personally it's just a classic story, so those don't appeal to me as much maybe, but yeah, overall it was good. Then for Sudan, I read Minaret by Leila, Aboulela, and I read this a long time ago, so I do not remember a lot about, but this is basically about a woman that is from Sudan, and she has to run away from her hometown and moves to London, and there she is forced to clean toilets and houses and things to make a living, when otherwise in Sudan she was a rich, wealthy person, and she has troubles with that. And so the way that she finds to let's say to deal with that, it's to embrace her faith even more. So she starts wearing hijabs and going to the mosque quite often, and yeah, then in the mosque she meets people, and how she develops relationships in the mosque, and how living away changes your perspective on faith and on your own identity. So yeah, as I said, I don't remember too much about it because I read this years and years ago. I don't think I found it particularly good or particularly bad, but I have heard good things of Leila Aboulela since then, so maybe I would like to pick up something else by her and see what I think of her now. But yeah, those are all the books that I have for this region. I had not read a lot of books from this region before, so if you have any other recommendations for other books in these countries, I will love to know. And until next video.